Been carp farming properly since 1994. This is one of our fantastic out sites, which has always been the most prolific out site that we've had. Unfortunately, I have to share it with the ducks now, which is certainly causing a few problems. But fish seem to have done about 3.5 pounds, which is about what I would expect them to have done. But they seem to have done all right. It's a question now of being able to harvest them successfully without too much problem from the ducks. I mean, you know, sharing the pond with 3,000 ducks is a major downturn compared to what it used to be. It used to be heaven down here. We've been down another one of my outsides this morning, and that is an absolutely fantastic pond. Got a lot of water running through it, can take a lot of carp. And the fish down there have done quite well this year. They've put on nearly £5 down there, so they've done well. I've had that outside over 25 years. We used to farm silverfish down there before the cormorants ruined it, and since then we farm carp down there. And then we've got to go to another site in a minute, which is where I only take £20 carp from. We tend to put them in as some of our very best C4s and leave them 3 years, and they got to sort of 19 to 23 pound in that time. And you know, that site is just heaven. Fish don't grow particularly well there. They do about 3.5 pounds. But to be honest, that's all I'm looking for my fish to do. I'm not growing them in a little tiny pond of 1 acre or 2 acres and force feeding them. They're out in big lakes with natural food where they just get a little bit of pellet to top up their diet. And because of that, when these fish go out, they do exceptionally well. And I'm sure that's the secret behind some of these Simo stockies that are doing £6 and £7 a year. It's because they've grown up for the last couple of years behaving like carp should do. In great big lakes, you look at this lake here, it's surrounded by trees, it's surrounded by reeds. If you were a carp, it's carp heaven. So, you know, they're well prepared for the big wide world of carp fishing. When the Simo stockies go out, they're prepared for the real world. And like I say, they haven't been reared in a 2 or 3 acre pond. They've been there in a natural pond, spawning properly, not standing on each other's heads when they're feeding every day, eating snails, shrimps. This pond's been alive with food all summer. I probably would have done better if there was a little bit less natural food, because you know, the pond was so full of daphnia and shrimp early in the year, and they've probably eaten quite a lot of that, as much as they have the natural food, the food that we've been feeding, the pellet. There may be 50 or 60 C4s left for this harvest, which will be November 16 through to February 17. Like 50, 60 doubles left, C4s between 8 and 11 pounds, but everything else is sold out and has been for a long time. All my 20s for next year are already sold. That's the demand for them. And you can see why, you know, people stock some 20 pounders this year into places like the Roach Pit, and you're talking about 8 months on, they've done £5. They've gone into Richie Seed's Carpathea, and he's had 2 28s this weekend that went in at 23 and 22 pound back in November. And Sam up at Pioneer, the C3 we stocked up there, has gone to 17 pound from £5 in 20 months. They're carp that are prepared to go out into fisheries. You've only got to look at what Linear's done over the years. I mean, how many 30s I've stocked as small fish, mainly at C3. They've never bought anything above a C4. They've never bought anything above a 10 pounder and stocked into Linear from me. And think there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of 30s on site now, and lots of 40s as well. And we've had the first £50 common from there. So it really is exciting times. And I've been doing it a long time, and people that buy fish from me know that they're going to get something that's going to be value for money, that's going to go on and grow. And we put the bad years behind us. I mean, we had a few years where some of the fish weren't what I would have liked to be stocking out. All that's gone. and you see the quality of the Simo stockies that are going out, and they're fantastic. You know, look at the state of the fish today, absolutely beautiful. Anyone would be grateful to have those in their pond.